Hey guys, Mike Lawson here. Happy Saturday. Welcome to our live Q&A business coaching strategy session. We do this every Saturday, 12 noon Eastern time. Today is July 17th. So do me a favor, if you're catching us live, let me know you're on live. And if you're catching us on the replay, let me know you're watching on the replay. Also, let me know where you're watching in from. I know we're streaming live on YouTube, inside of the Social CEO community, and inside of the Social CEO Academy. Now, people have asked me the difference between the Academy and the community. The Academy is more one-on-one coaching, more personalized coaching, and it's a membership site where you have access to all my best trainings and PDFs and guides and study guides and things like that. So if you're interested in a free trial, just drop the word trial in the comments section and I'll give you a 14-day free trial. You can come in there and kind of test it out and see if it is for you. And if you are watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. That will help the algorithms get this message out. There's always some good content here. So, and I have a couple questions that we're going to be, that were asked that we're going to be covering. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask away. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I've been an entrepreneur in the Philadelphia area since 1999. So wow, we're going on. Next month will be what, 22 years. So 22 years as a full-time entrepreneur. I've owned a traditional business. I've been in the network marketing space since 2001. So we just came up on my 20th anniversary in the network marketing space. I still consider myself a network marketer, even though I'm not active in the field, but I love coaching network marketers. I just listened to a coaching call this morning, and there was a couple network marketers on there, and I can just hear the excitement, the possibilities, the optimism. I mean, it's all good stuff. I mean, people that are in that industry, I just think are special. And I'm not saying if you're not in the industry, you're not special. But I do believe that the industry of network marketing just creates so many, it just helps develop so many great leaders. And listen, whether or not, you've tried it and you've had success or not is irrelevant. I know there's some people that they got their start there. They got their start in the network marketing industry. And they went off to do other things and they excelled at it. I mean, I have a friend of mine in the Philadelphia area that one of my first recruits, they didn't even know who he was referred to him by somebody. And a couple years in, and he was a college student at the time. I was a college student here in the Philadelphia area. And he, for whatever reason, went in a different path, but got into real estate and is now one of the top commercial realtors in, I would be willing to bet if it was throughout the entire United States, but definitely in the Philadelphia and a tri-state area. So there's a lot of great people that can start in the industry. Listen, it comes down to, leadership, people skills, business building skills. I believe everything lives and dies with leadership. So those are the topics that we cover here on this channel, inside of the community. And if you have any business-related questions, please ask away. Any social media questions, please ask away. I was horrible on social media years ago, and I still built a pretty big organization in the network marketing profession. And I've just learned so much that I love giving back and helping other people get to whatever area that you're looking to get to. So let's go over some things here. I believe everybody can hear me and see me okay. And then again, just drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching in from, if you're catching us live or on the replay. So I want to begin with a question that I was asked. That was actually just asked this morning inside, I believe it was the Academy. So let me pull that up. And it's a great question. And the question is from, here we go. It's from Suzanne. Yep, it's inside the academy. Suzanne is one of our students, and Suzanne is, you got to check out her videos if you're into the vegan lifestyle. She does some great videos and recipes. So Suzanne asked, when your upline suddenly loses its drive to encourage us, what advice do you have? Well, that is, number one, it's sad when I hear that, because, and this is actually one of the topics kind of that we're going to be covering inside the academy this month. We have this month's mission is, all about motivation and motivating your team, motivating yourself, and, building a team, but also retention and keeping people engaged. And, when I personally joined network marketing, I just thought it was an opportunity to make a lot of money and get rich. That's all I saw. I had no idea what it meant to be a leader. I had no idea what it meant to build a team. I mean, it all made sense to me. I never saw myself leading a team. I just figured I'd be a part of a team. I bring people with, I didn't know honestly, I didn't know what to think. And there's something that happens in the industry of network marketing, which I think is very cool. You're excited. Other people see it. Other people join you based on, for whatever reason, they join. And you become what's called an accidental leader. That's what I was, meaning I accidentally became a leader. And here's how you know if you're there. When people start calling you for advice or questions, how does this work? How does that work? How does a compensation plan? Like, if people call you and ask you a question, they're looking to you as a leader, whether you wanted to be a leader or not. And a lot of people fall into that category as an accidental leader. So it really, it hurts me to know that. And now, again, I know some people don't even want to be in that position. But as a person who joins and you bring other people into your organization, you have a responsibility to lead them, to guide them. I mean, that's what the profession is. And if you don't want to be a part of that, then go get a job somewhere where you can clock in and clock out. Don't have to worry about leading anybody. Don't be a shift manager. Don't be a leader in any capacity, right? But when it comes to sales, direct sales, especially network marketing, if you bring anybody in, you have a responsibility to them, right? They joined you. Now, again, maybe it's 3, 4, 5, 10 levels removed from you. And I get it. Things don't work out for everybody. And unfortunately, some people leave and they go their separate ways. Now, it all depends on how they leave. And hopefully most people are going to leave in the right way. But when you start to see people that should be in leadership positions, by the way, titles don't mean leadership. Titles don't mean that they're a leader. Like, they could be a triple black dancing diamond, quadruple bear. What they hit that position, but doesn't mean they have the leadership skills, the communication skills, or the desire to be a leader. It doesn't mean they're a leader just because they hit a certain rank. So if that person or persons, because it could be a team of people, they just start to lose that they start to lose that drive to encourage you. And they're not really there, right? They're just there because they got lucky. And that's the cool thing about the industry of network marketing is people can get lucky. They can, I had a girl on my team that it was like the first 10 people she talked. It was almost like everyone that she talked to, but I know specifically the first 10 people she talked to, they all joined. And the way the structure was, and not to bore you with the compensation plan, but the way the structure was, she wasn't doing anything. They were doing it, and she was making a ton of money. She was getting recognized, and it was crazy. But just because somebody hits a certain position does not mean that they're a leader. So here's the answer to that question. My advice would be for you to step up, for you to be the leader, and not depend upon your upline or to even depend upon your sponsor, right? Now, I think there's a difference between an upline and a sponsor. A sponsor could just be like your friend that says, hey, check this out. I saved some money. My face got clearer. I lost some weight. Buy this. And then you join and build a team. Now, that sponsor, the person that referred you, maybe they just referred you. But the upline, there should be support there. Now, a couple things. If there's no support there, one thing you can do is keep going directly to the top. Keep going higher and higher and higher. Okay, so if that person was supposed to be a leader and they're not around anymore for whatever reason, go higher. Well, who's the next person in line? Go. Eventually, you're going to get to the ownership. Eventually. Now, let me say this. You might be nervous going to the owner. You might be nervous talking to that person at that high level. But I'll share this much with you. As a leader in the profession, I wish more people would have came directly to me instead of relying on their sponsor or even my downline, their upline, if that makes sense. Keep going higher and higher and higher until you get the support that you're looking for. Now, what if there's no support there? If you go to the owners of it, by the way, if I was the owner of the company, I would love people to come to me and say, hey, I love your company. I want to build it. I'm going to make you a lot of money. I want your support. And if that owner doesn't support you, well, then you have a different decision to make. But I don't believe there's too many owners that aren't going to help you. So, number one, keep going higher and higher and higher to get that level of support. Now, number two, if there's no support there, and maybe you just don't feel comfortable going to the owner, you need to be the leader. You need to step up. You need to create the environment that you want your team to be a part of. So you want to be the leader that no one wants to leave, right? Like you plant your flag, you're in there, you're solid, you're good to go. Well, how do you do that? Well, there's a couple things that I want to share with you. Okay. So you're in this situation. Here's a few things that I suggest. Go out and talk to other people that are in your downline. Listen, if you're feeling that way, there's a good chance that they're feeling that way too. So have a team meeting, have a Zoom call, and bring in those leaders to you. Bring them in and have a conversation with them, right? Just be upfront. This is what's going on. This is how you feel. Hey, our upline, she just isn't engaged anymore. She's not there to help us. Don't badmouth her. Don't trash her or him, but just be honest. Say, listen, as of now, I'm going to step up. I'm going to be the leader. So whatever you need, I'm here to help you. And give people in the organization recognition for their efforts, not the results. I want to be clear on this. Give people recognition for their efforts, not the results. And last on Monday's mission, I actually gave a homework out. And the homework was to help your team get quick goals, right? And be clear on what those goals are, right? So if you give them, let's say you tell them to go talk to 5 people this week, okay? And they make those 5 phone calls. Praise the efforts, not the results. Meaning those 5 people might have said, they might have hung up on them and say, you know what, don't ever call me again. That's like worst case scenario, right? But praise them for the efforts. Praise them for doing it. It's so important to do that, right? You're automatically going to set yourself up as the leader that they can count on, the person that they don't want to leave. They want to be around. So show interest and reward them by showing interest, and you can in other ways, but let them know that you're acknowledging their efforts, not necessarily the results. The results will come. Be available for them. Let them know that they can call you anytime, right? Listen, unfortunately, as a leader, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I think it's a great responsibility as a leader. Make sure you're always answering your phone calls, always responding to your text messages, always responding to anyone that's reaching out to you, and not doing it an hour later, 2 hours later, a day later. I mean, like immediately. Like you need to be present all the time as a leader if you want to be that leader. That's my opinion. I have another one of my best friends in the industry. He has built a multi-million dollar network marketing business, has a coaching business, another 7-figure business. And if I texted him right now, I guarantee he would get back to me within a half hour. Almost 99% of the time. There is no reason. No one is that busy. No one is that busy that they can't respond. So always be visible to your team. Always be a leader to your team, daily, hourly. Now, again, you need to take breaks. I get it. But let your team know that you are available to them all the time. And then also set clear expectations and hold everyone accountable. Hey, listen, moving forward, this is what we're going to do as a team. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. This is our end goal. We're going to help you retire from that job. We're going to help you retire your mother. We're going to help you get to those goals that you want. We're going to help you make that extra $500 a month to make your car payment. We're going to help you achieve these things and let your team know. But you may need to step up, and you should step up as a leader. And you guys know that I'm big on leadership. But it's also important to understand that, so you can't give people what you don't have. And what I mean by that, or what you've gone through. And what I mean by that is there's a good chance that you're going through some things that maybe you don't feel like leading. Maybe you don't feel like whatever. And you're going through some things where maybe people are quitting on you, or maybe people are not quitting on you. Listen, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a reason that you're going through everything. And I want you to keep this in mind. It's so you can relate to other people. Meaning, if I came to you and I had issues with communicating or getting customers or building a team, and I came to you and I said, hey, Suzanne, man, I called my brother and I called my sister, and they both won't become my customers. Like, I thought for sure that my family would help me out. And your response was, Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone in my family became a customer. Not only that, everyone at my former job, everyone of my neighbors, like everyone I talk to, they all become customers. Like, I don't know what you're, like, you can't relate to me. That's not good. The reason why I became such an effective leader is because my brother wouldn't become my customer. My sister wouldn't become my customer. Like, I had to chase them down. My mother, and this is a true story, my mother was my only customer in the beginning. Like, friends and family avoided me. Now, and it was because of my approach, and there was things that I needed to work on personally. But you know how many people could relate to that? And maybe you can as well. That the people that should help you out don't help you out. The people that you don't even know, they help you out. Like, I had a complete stranger become my customer, but my own brother wouldn't. I'm like, Dave, forget about the money you owe me. I just need a customer, right? I need to get a promotion. But anyway, so my point is, you need to go through these things, whether it's team building or it's listen, everything you go through is a teachable moment. And it might not feel good, or it might not look that way. Maybe you're struggling right now. Maybe, you're struggling with momentum. Maybe you're struggling to build a team or get customers. Or maybe you're just stuck right now. You're stagnant. Maybe everything was really good for a little while, and now things are you're stuck and it's stagnant. You want to get out of that. Learn what you need to learn being stuck. Learn what you need to learn being stagnant, because I promise you this, and here's a definition of a good leader. You've been, right? You can help other people get through that, because I promise you, the bigger you build a team, the more people are going to be going through what you went through. And if you can't relate to them, because it's all about relatability. If you can't relate to people, you're not going to be able to help them. I don't know what you're going through. Everyone became my customer. Everyone I talked to joined. Everyone I talked to listens. Like, I just had a conversation with another one of our students, and he was just saying, and I can relate that and there's John Maxwell talks about the law of E.F. Hutton, and there was a commercial 20, 30 years ago. And the commercial went something like, it was a crowded restaurant, and there would be a couple talking, and the couple would say, "Well, my financial advisor, E.F. Hutton," and soon as she said that, the entire restaurant would just go quiet and want to listen to what E.F. Hutton said, right? And the idea is, when a leader speaks, people listen. Well, I was never that person where if I spoke in a room, people would just stop what they're doing and listen to me. I was never that kind of leader. And that doesn't mean you're not a leader if you're not that person. Some people have that. Some people command that. That wasn't me. I wasn't like that. But my point is, if you don't go through that, you can't help other people go through what you haven't gone through, right? So it's important to realize and understand what you're going through. Hey, Bobby, you can relate. I'm sure you can as well. Congratulations on sticking through it and going through what you're going through. and just being there. And guys, listen, a lot of it is just consistency. It's right. It's just staying consistent. So again, we talked about inside of the academy, we've been talking about just retention and how to keep new people engaged, new people on board. Because listen, the reality is, as you're building a team, and I talked about this a week or two ago, that if you're not building a team, you need to be building a team in whatever profession you're in. Maybe you're just in an office environment, right? And, maybe you don't have any people underneath you, so to speak, as far as maybe you're just a worker, but it's still important to have that listen, you can control that environment. You can create the kind of environment that you want to have in that work environment. You can create that. That's being a leader. You might not necessarily make any money or have any kind of financial gain, but you can still control the level of excitement or lack thereof in that work environment. But getting back to building a team and building people around you and being the kind of person that people want to be around, well, it takes some leadership skills. And the good thing is these skills can be learned. And it's truly just about caring about other people and being sympathetic and empathetic to what people are going through. It's super important. So again, if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comment section. But there's another one that I want to answer. Give me one sec. Okay, so where's it at? It is. Let me pull this up. Oh, I did screenshot it. Yeah. So there was a new member that asked this question. And let me go ahead and answer that. Okay, so Janelle, who just joined the community, welcome, by the way. One of her biggest struggles on social media is being comfortable with putting herself out there. And you know what? Janelle, that is actually a common feeling, that people are nervous putting themselves out there. What is this person going to think of me? More importantly, I know a lot of people are concerned what their family is going to think of them, or coworkers. That's usually what stops them. What is my family going to think of me? What are my coworkers going to think of me? And that stops people from putting out content or doing live videos or promoting their business or promoting themselves. The best piece of advice I can give you is to get over it. Get over it. Forget about what other people think. You can't control what other people think, and you can't change other people. And one thing that I've learned, one thing that you can never change about anybody, right, is other people. You can't change other people and what they're going to do, what they're going to say, how they're going to feel. But I will say this. I'm not saying it's going to take away that nervousness of putting yourself out there, right, or making a post. Maybe you're really excited about, you just heard about this great opportunity and you're excited, so you want to share it with people. Well, that's normal. But then you make a post and you're excited, and then you have all these negative Nancys. They all want to just tear you down. What are you doing? You don't know anything about business. What do you know about this? Oh, is that a scam, right? That's the stuff that I went through, by the way. And it really stinks when it comes from loved ones. It stinks when it comes from family members. And then you got to see them during holidays and birthdays and all that stuff. But I will say this. If you're passionate about it, you join something, you get involved in something, you meet the right person, be proud of that. Share that opportunity. Share the benefits. Just don't be a salesman. Don't try to, and don't be a spammer. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give you. You're passionate about it, go after it, right? Just learn, and here inside of the community, you'll learn some tips and tricks on how to not be spammy and how to get the attention of the right people. But don't shy away from sharing stuff on social media because a family member or coworker might make fun of you and here's where it comes from. This is really important. The people that will Because the reason why you may not put yourself out there, the reason why we don't do that is fear. We have fear of what other people are going to think. It's usually the number one thing. What are people going to think of me? Oh no, I got involved in one of those, or I'm involved in this, or, so it's that fear that stops us, right? Mostly because of what other people are going to think of us. So you need to not worry about what people are going to think, because guess what? They're going to think what they're going to think anyway. They're not going to stop that. Now, if people are ignorant or mean, or they don't make you feel a certain way, or they want to put you down, well, you need to get rid of those people, excommunicate those people, right? I don't have any tolerance for that. No one is going to make me feel a certain way. I know how I want to feel every day, and I am not going to let anyone take that joy or that happiness away from me. And I'm excited about this person that I met. I'm excited about this product. I'm excited about the results, and I want to share it with people. And guess what? I'm going to share it with people. And if you don't like what I'm doing, then are you really a friend? And do you want them in your life? But here's where it stems from. Because you're going out there and you're chasing your dreams. And maybe you're even as bold as I was. And I was telling people, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to retire my mom. I would say all these things, and people thought I was crazy. So I probably got more backlash from that, because here's what it does to people. It makes people feel a certain way, right? People that should be optimistic, people that should be go-getters, people that should be working hard. You know how that makes them feel when they see you going after your dreams and they're just lazy? It doesn't make them feel good. So you know what they want to do, right? There's a saying, right, that hurt people. Well, they're hurt. They feel a certain way. They don't feel like they can do what you're doing, right? And you'll go from being crazy to being the lucky one, right? No, it's called hard work is what it is. So when you start chasing your dreams and you start going after your dreams, you're going to get pushback. You're going to get people feeling a certain way, because what it does is it forces them to look at themselves. They don't want to see you going after your dreams, when their dreams have been suppressed since they were teenagers, right? We've all grown up with dreams. And chances are it wasn't to live in the house that we're living in, or driving the car we're living in, or being in as much debt as we're in. That wasn't our dream. And then they see you going after your dreams. They see you reading books. They see you going to conferences and getting on Zoom calls and surrounding yourself with successful people. And you know what it is? It's jealousy. It's jealousy. And then they start hating on you. And you know what it is? The hate isn't for you. The hate is because they hate who they have become. They're hating themselves, but they're taking it out on you. You just have to make a decision whether you're going to allow that or not. Now, I learned a long time ago not to ever allow that. I'm not saying it's not going to hurt, it's not going to sting, but you need to surround yourself with the positive people that are going somewhere, people that have dreams, people that have goals, and go after whatever it is that you want, because no one should stop you. But I promise you, the bigger the dreams, the bigger the goals, the more that you're going to go after it, you're going to have those people trying to hold you back and keep you down. The reason why is because they're afraid that you're going to leave them. They're afraid that you're going to live in a nicer house and drive a nicer car and pay your bills while they're struggling, but you're working your butt off. So I get passionate about this topic. So don't ever let anyone hold you back from doing anything that you want to do. So Bobby says she struggles with that as well. Unfortunately, it is. It's something that I struggled with as well. Some of you guys know the story. I'll leave you with this, unless you guys have any more questions. But I like to keep this to a half hour, so we're right on target. But if you have any other questions, please ask. But I had, and also I'm just going to put this down here. But I also had a friend of mine that I went to. Let me get rid of that. I had a friend of mine that I went to high school with. And when I started doing live videos, I was nervous. It was something new. It was something different. I had to get my groove. I had to get my feel. And I was nervous for a lot of them in the beginning. And come to find out, this guy that I went to high school with, now we weren't great friends, but we knew each other. he was literally making videos mocking me and making fun of me. And then this one video in particular, he took a shot at me, and it was a shot on my character. It was a character assassination, and it wasn't good. And I remember seeing it. I couldn't believe that he did it. Now, and I'm a Philly guy, right? So it was, there was, we were going to go nose to nose. But again, this is all social media stuff. And, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I mean, it hurt. It really did. It bothered me because I'm like, man, is that what people think of me? Is that how people see me? They see me as this. And I had a conversation with my mentor, my coach, and one of my best friends. And he said, you know what? That's how you know you're on the right track. And ironically enough, I did the same thing to my friend Bob. I was hating on him because he was having so much success. It was a dark period in my life, and there's videos on that. But if you ever go back and see them, that's what I was going through. But jealousy, it is real. Don't ever be jealous of anyone. Run your race. Don't ever compare. Compete, and stay on track. And I'll tell you what, the reason why I believe that I went into that dark space is because I got rid of the positive influences in my life. I wasn't involved in groups like this where I had positivity. I had people pouring into me. I mean, I did at one point, but I started to shut all those people out for other reasons. But my point is, don't ever let anyone keep you from being you, whether it's on social media, in real life. Just here's a cool thing. You just block them. That's all you got to do is block them. So if you're seeing any negativity in your feed, right, it's because you're not blocking those people. I don't put up with any negativity. Like, all my feed is all positive, right? So it's important to see who you interact with. And the social media platforms see that as well. And the more you interact with positive people, that's all they're going to be showing you. That's what the algorithms do. So listen, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, just go to my website, MikeLawsonSocialCEO.com, and book a discovery call in the top right corner. And I'd love to see if I can help you out and work with you as well. So if you want any information on that, just hit me up there. All right, guys, have a great weekend. If you have any other questions, feel free to keep leaving the questions. I respond to all questions. Have a great weekend, everybody.